Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and I'm here to discuss my CSAT strategy which I followed for this attempt, and luckily I managed to get 75.83 according to UPSC provisional answer key. This is my GS score for this year. We will discuss few things. I will discuss my strategy for this attempt. Then, as you all know, this year paper even CSAT was unexpected. So how I tackled paper in actual exam hall. Then we will discuss what should be our learnings which will we use to improve our strategy for further attempts. Then how I have made my CSAT strong, which helped me to cross the line this year, and what should we do, or better to say what should you do, and me, of course I am also in the journey, so it's true for me also. Okay, let's discuss. Okay, the first thing, what strategy for this attempt? Okay, in my previous attempt in 2025 I attempted 53 questions and I got just 78 marks because I marked many questions wrong. I was in hurry, so I decided this year that I'll attempt 45 to 50 questions and will ensure that my accuracy becomes good. And my RC was good. I had practiced from the few IQ, so I thought that I will attempt all reading comprehension questions and will maximize my score from RC, and then we'll go hunt strategy for the maths and reasonings. I will search for the easy questions and then I will attempt them. This was the thought before going to the exam, but as you all know, this is UPSC. You can't do what you thought. They will force you to do other things or adapt according to the exam. Okay, let's talk about how I actually tackled the paper. When I saw the paper, first of all, we usually expect that the paper will start with the RC, but this year sixth question was the first RC and its pattern was totally changed. When you look outside the exam hall, it may seem easy for you, but it was not easy, at least for me. Its pattern was changed. I had practiced with the PYQs, but sorry, these questions are completely different from the PYQ pattern. So I panicked a bit, but and in panic I attempted first three RCs, which this is also wrong, this is also wrong, this is the only true. After attempting these three questions, I realized that RC is not this year for me, and I started attempting maths and reasoning questions with hunt strategy. I started searching easy questions, and I think the math and reasoning were relatively better. It were on the PYQ concepts. So this is my right. This is the first maths question, or you can say it's reasoning question I attempted, and I adapted in the exam, and I started finding easy questions of maths and reasonings. In total I have attempted 49 questions, and I attempted around only 15 or I think 16 RCs. Earlier, before entering exam hall, I had thought that I will attempt all RCs, but the paper was bouncer, the pattern had changed, and when I attempted these three questions, I realized that I am not doing justice with the RC. I am doing wrong. I failed that, and it's true also. Look, first three questions I attempted RC and first two are wrong. So I changed my strategy and started looking for easy RCs and easy questions of maths and reasoning. And maths and reasoning questions were like relatively easy, and ample number of questions were doable. So I was able to find the questions which I could do, and I reached till 49. Okay, this was how I tackled the paper in exam hall, and luckily I'm getting 75.83 with UPSC provisional answer key. Okay, what should be our learning from this attempt? I believe we should, for RC, we should start practicing with the latest pattern. Of course, we have less PYQs because the pattern changed only this year. First, do PYQs of all this year, especially RC. try to inculcate the pattern how UPSC is setting statements, how it is choosing the options. Like if we look into this, like you can see that these are objective statements. These statements are claiming something. This statement also, these are claiming something, but it's out of context. And actual answer of this question is D. By looking at these type of questions, you should realize that UPSC may frame this type of question next year, and they will be claiming something and they will be out of context. So it should be on your back of mind that how UPSC is setting the current RC questions, what is the pattern of question and its statements. I hope you get what I want to say. It will be easy for you. This is how PYQ is analyzed and inculcated in mind. The language, not just the way UPSC, not PYQ doesn't mean you just practice the question. PYQ means you understand the language of UPSC. Because this year was a disruption, but usually PYQs are the pattern gets repeated in the UPSC exams. So hope you got what I wanted to say. And ready for surprises. This is of course true for GS papers and every paper. Be ready for surprises and be adaptive. You will need to adapt, evolve in the exam itself, in the exam hall itself. And for math and reasoning, don't ignore any chapter. Don't ignore any chapter. This year I was expecting that I'll get at least more than 90 in CSAT, because previous year my CSAT was weak. Then I got 78 and I worked very hard for CSAT for this attempt, and I thought that I'll get more than 90, but I finished at 75. And because this paper was based on a changed pattern, and RC, which was like I used to get 45 to 50 marks from the RC only, but RC was bouncer for me. So because my maths and reasoning was strong, I was able to cross the line. Don't ignore it. No ignorance. Totally do not ignore any chapter, particularly the chapters like remainder theorem, unit digit, remainder, unit, average, percentage. These are low hanging fruits, so make them strong. We will talk later how to make them strong. Okay, let's talk about how I have made my CSAT strong. I have watched a lecture of Rishabh Sharma sir of Only IS, but still I was not feeling that I was not able to make notes from it videos. I purchased a recorded batch of Rakesh Yadav sir. Career Will is the name of his institute. I purchased his batch. Price is I think 999. It's recorded, and they provide like 1 hour maths lecture. I watched his math video lectures 2 times. I think 2 times or 3 times, and more importantly, I made notes from him. And the PNG they provide from the class, I used their PNG extensively to revise. Like I also how I use his PNG. This is the PNG of remainder theorem, and I just look at the questions from it. Like I look at this question, okay, it's solvable, I'll move on. These questions are solvable, I will move on. PYQs are also there. I will look at the PYQs from here. PYQ, yeah, here it starts. I will look at this PYQ. Okay, it's solvable, I'll move on, otherwise I'll solve it. If I feel that I'll not be able to solve it, I will solve it. And this is how I used to revise, and it takes hardly it takes 5 or 6 minutes to revise. Okay, I will look at this PYQ. Okay, it's solvable, I'll move on. I will look at this. Okay, it's not solvable, I will solve it. Look, this is the PDF of one class, and it will hardly take 5 minutes to revise it. So what I'm saying is, revise multiple times. Study with any good teacher. Like even if you study with Rishabh Sharma sir or any teacher, studying once or watching lectures is not enough. The most important thing is that you revise it multiple times. Like when I watched Rakesh Yadav sir lecture for the first time, honestly 80% was bouncer for me. I just got 20% in my head, but because they teaches a lot of tricks and tips and concepts which we will not be able to like get in our mind in the first instance, but eventually with 2 times, 3 times, 4 times revision, things will start getting settling down in our head and we will be able to gain it. So with multiple revisions we will be able to remember it for the long time and the concept will be clear in our head and there will be no puzzles. Okay, what should you do if you have done some classes for CSAT, which I hope you have already done? So if you have comprehensive notes, then do not worry about notes. Solve PYQs, particularly for reasoning and maths. Solve PYQs, and for maths, ensure that you get the concept of the question, because the concept gets repeated in CSAT. If a question on unit digit will come, the next question on unit digit will be based on the concept behind that question. It will be different somehow, but largely it will be the same concept. So solve every PYQ of at least 10 years and get into head the concept of that question. RC, for RC the pattern has changed. Solve this year RC with a ample amount of time and attention and try to understand the language. From the this year onward, coachings will, I think, frame the RC on the same pattern, and I think we will be able to get questions on this pattern in the market from this year onward, and you should definitely try those RCs if for a good institute, of course, whose question is based on the new pattern, not just random question. Okay, if you need some classes, I will suggest you go for a Rakesh Yadav video lecture course, which is very cheap, of 999, and please watch it 2 times, and then revise it multiple times. I will say that the PNG of the class which I shown you earlier, save that PNG and revise multiple times, as many as times. I have revised it 10 times, more than 10 times. Then the concept will get in your head, and the questions which once seemed hard to you will become easy, believe me, because Rakesh Yadav sir doesn't teach something new. He just pick up PYQs, he looks the concept behind that question and teaches that concept. He does very good reverse engineering. He doesn't teaches new concept for the PYQ for the UPSC. He just picks questions of UPSC, looks the concept behind that and teaches that concept. That is all I think needed to clear the UPSC. You need to have basic understanding, you need to be thorough of the PYQ along with the concept behind every previous year questions. You need to be thorough with the language of RC, and that's all. You will be able to cross the 66.66 marks. And other things which are for the D day, be calm, we all know. Be calm, do hunting, not random attempt. Look for easy questions. Don't take it on your ego if some questions are not getting solved. If you have invested 5 minutes and things are looking puzzled even now, then move on the next question. Do not invest much time, and I think you will be easily able to find the easy 45-50 questions and you will go through it. You will cross the mark for definite. So this was all from my side. Hope you understood, and if you want my notes and my strategy, and furthermore you have any doubt, you want to ask me your doubts, you can join my Telegram channel, which channel is in the description of this channel, and I'll also add link in the comment section of this video. Thank you.